Hey guys, welcome to my channel Life with Val. My name is Valencia and I take you guys through my journey of exploring life, and that is currently in London. So in today's video, I wanted to just chat with you guys because I haven't really had a sit down chat moment in a while, it feels like. I also know that I'm behind in my monthly reviews of London. But in today's video, I kind of just wanted to chat with you about something that I've had a kind of I want to say a harsh reality check that I've had to go through in the past weeks, and something that I didn't, I guess, anticipate. And I guess these are the things that you don't really know when you make the decision to relocate. It's just that, yes, you're starting over, and currently, so I'm still in audit, but I joined a new company, and obviously it's a new country. And there's a lot of things that you won't know, right? And that in itself is a challenge. Whether it's getting used to new systems, new methodologies, there's a lot of learning that takes place. And when I made the decision, I said I wanted to learn, I wanted to grow, I wanted to be challenged. But I don't think I really grasped what that meant. So in the beginning, I found myself, I was being challenged a lot. It was busy season and it was very difficult for me. And I've realized that I am someone who, or I used to consider myself as someone who is a high performer. And high performer, I don't want to say a high achiever, but like I'm goal driven. Like I always want to achieve, do better. And like, I just want to, I don't know how to explain it, but I just want to achieve and do my best. And now when you're in a place and an environment where you're not used to it, you're not used to your surroundings, like everything is just, it felt like I'm starting from ground zero, the first step. Felt like I'm starting from like a minimal baseline. I just know how to audit, and I'm in this new environment and I don't know, and that not knowing has actually taken such a toll on me, and it's not something that I realized till last week. So in the past 8 months, I've been working and trying my best, learning as much as I could. But when you get feedback, sometimes that feedback is constructive criticism, and it's always just things to develop you and grow you as a professional and in the role that you're in. And feedback is a natural, I want to say, a natural occurrence in those type of environments, and that's fine, right? But what I would do is I would take feedback to heart and kind of personalize that. And because I am a high achiever, not a high achiever, what was the word I used? A high performer. And to get feedback that's not consistent with this high performing traits that I've decided to align myself with, it takes a serious knock on your self-confidence and just your belief in your capabilities. I've had a lot of times where I felt like I'm actually not competent. I'm not doing enough. I'm struggling. And literally till last week, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm coming or going. I am struggling so much. And I took it upon myself to kind of have a conversation with someone that I've been working with. And I was just like, look, I actually have a lot of anxiety about the work that I perform. I'm feeling like I'm struggling. I feel so like under so much pressure. It's actually taken a toll on me mentally. It's taken a toll on me physically. And it's just been such a hard thing to try and navigate. And I had this conversation with them, and it almost seemed like this person they were quite, they were surprised because from their side, there's nothing wrong with my performance. I've been progressing naturally. You struggle in the beginning because you're new, but I'm progressively getting better, and that's what's supposed to happen. But I think what I've done is I've kind of just hold on to the fact that I don't know and I'm struggling and what am I doing? But no, you actually do know. So it comes to a point where I've internalized a lot of the stuff of I'm struggling all the time, when it's not the case. And I really thought about it in that I've internalized this idea about myself, and that's not true. And then, I've heard this term going around quite a lot, imposter syndrome, feeling like maybe someone will find out one day that you're a fraud, you don't have these qualifications, you don't actually know what you're doing. And I've always just heard of it, I've never associated myself with it, but I think that's actually kind of what I've been doing to myself. And I've told myself that, no, you're not actually qualified for this, you're not actually competent. Meanwhile, the people or the superiors that I do have haven't said that to me. No one is probably even thinking that, but I'm thinking that about myself. So I've kind of had to face this harsh reality that, Val, you're being so hard on yourself. You're to the point where it's actually making you physically ill, and you need to just, like, something needs to change. And I think that's not something that you can that I ever expected, and I don't think it's something that maybe is expected and can happen to everyone. As I always say in my videos, this is just my experience, but I guess I never realized how hard it is to struggle in the beginning trying to adapt to so many changes, and how that can actually affect my self-confidence and my belief in myself. And more than anything, it just makes me sad because I have a lot of, I do have these achievements. I didn't get here by chance. It's not by luck. And I need to realize that, and I need to internalize that. And, I need to back myself. Like, I'm that girl, and that's just kind of something that I've been dealing with. And I've really now had to just take a step back. And I think, like, I even just need to write down, okay, this is what I think. I feel like I'm not doing good enough. But Val, you probably are trying your best. And I guess the purpose of this video is just to say, in this relocation journey, I've had to face a lot of harsh realities, and you have to, it's confrontational as well. And it's now gotten to the point where I'm confronting these parts about myself that I guess I don't like, that I'm this hard on myself, but it's almost second nature. But to actually acknowledge that you're very hard on yourself, unnecessarily so, it's not something that's also an easy kind of fact to realize. And that's just, it's actually been very hard. There's been times where, spent a lot of time crying, being frustrated with myself because I'm not getting it. But you can't expect perfectionism, number one, ever. But number two, in an environment that is new. There's a lot of factors at play when you do relocate. There's a lot of unknowns, there's a lot of unfamiliarity. In the beginning of the year, when I asked someone who just moved, how long do you think it'll take to, feel like you're starting to settle? And they said 18 months. And I was like, what? And I just remember, I was just like, there's literally no way. Every month I keep being asked, oh, you're settling in yet, And I'm just like, no, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, things were just so confusing, and everything just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like everything is happening all at once, and you're just trying to figure things out as you go. And it really is just difficult. I think when in making this decision, I said I wanted to be challenged, but it's just like next level. Like, this is not anything it's not anything that I ever expected. It's like I didn't realize and conceptualize how hard this thing will actually be. And I think right now I can say this is one of the hardest things I've had to do. And having these confrontations and these harsh realizations that, you know what, Val, you're actually hard on yourself and you place so much pressure on yourself all the time. And it's actually now filtered, let me not say now, it's filtered into the other areas of your life as well. So something else was, I had an appointment this week with a dietitian for my diabetes. And I'm always just, my diabetes is something, it does give me anxiety because I feel like you need to be on top of it all the time. And I'm not fully confident in the way that I say I manage my diabetes well. It's not a statement that you'd probably hear that comes out of my mouth. And then I went into this appointment, she looked at the readings, and she's like, wow, you're doing amazing. If anything, she wanted to know how I've been doing it so that she can actually, help other diabetics and tell them, okay, no, you should try this, consider this. She's literally like, how do you do this? Okay, when you eat this, how do you know how to dose? The timings of things. And then I told her, and she's like, I didn't even realize that. And it's just crazy how when you don't back yourself and just keep staying in this self-doubt, that actually really just affects your perception and everything. And that's not right. And I'm hoping that this is something that will change with time. And I actually bought a book. I literally ordered it. And it's called Yes, You Are Good Enough. And it says End Imposter Syndrome, Overthinking and Perfectionism, and Do What You Want. And the reason I got this is because it says it can teach you to recognize the patterns that led you to believe the lies about yourself and move forward with a more positive belief system. So I'm excited to read this. I hope I have good reviews on this, or else I've just advertised something that might not be the best, but I'm sure it'll be a good read. And I'm just hoping that I'm able to move forward in this positive mindset that I do deserve to be here. I should back myself as well. And I think, yes, you have these harsh realities when you do move over. And from that is actually where the learning also is, right? You unlearn the bad behaviors or the things that you don't like about yourself, for example, and then you learn good ones. So now it would be now moving towards learning to one, back myself, and also realize that I'm here for a reason. I didn't get here by luck. There's actually, I listened to a podcast today, and it said something that I actually was like, wow. What it was saying was, sometimes we look at achieving something. So let's say my current goal is to do really well at my job and eventually get promoted, but that adds a certain level of pressure, and that also adds anxiety. But it's just like, okay, actually take a step back. Give yourself time to adapt to your new environment, get used to your new role, before we then start looking at, trying to get to the next level, making things harder and placing that pressure on yourself, because there is no rush. There's time, there is value in taking the time now and investing the time now to learn everything and learn it well before we try to go anywhere else. I realized that, and I saw this in a fellow YouTuber's video, Ntwanie Ngomane, that's her YouTube channel. She released a video, I forgot the title, I'll try and link it. She released a video about, we want to just move over to the next level, let's say getting promoted, but are you even ready to be there? And probably not. And that's just where I realized, there's value in doing there's a word that they use, there's value in doing the grunt work, building those foundations, solidifying those foundations, and that's okay. And when you can say 100% I'm happy and I'm comfortable, then we move forward. So right now I think my shift needs to be, okay, Val, you're in this space, these are what you do, this is what you're auditing, let's get comfortable with this, let's do our best in this, build our confidence as well, and then we can move on to the next thing. When you're here, it feels like I'm just chasing things, rushing to get somewhere, but I just need to just be here. There was a quote that says, be where your feet are. Just need to be here, understand, learn, absorb what I'm doing now. And once I'm feeling confident and I've built that confidence, we can move forward. And I feel like, it's easier said than done. I'm hoping that it's a video that I'll probably be able to post one day about how I was able to, become confident in the work that I do again. But for now, there is just that hope that by taking the time to acknowledge yourself for how far that you've come, and just really internalizing that belief system, and just realizing that you deserve everything that you do have. You deserve to be here. You deserve the job that you have. You deserve the degree that you got, Truly, nothing happens by luck. And we really do work hard to get to where we are. If I look at the journey of becoming a CASA, that thing is difficult. That thing is literally blood, sweat, and tears. There was a time where that was the hardest thing I've had to do. Getting through that was difficult. Like, that felt next level. And then it's like, okay, but you got through that. acknowledge the fact that you got through that. So I'm hoping that in sharing this with you guys, you realize that, number one, wherever you are in your journeys and your respective, I guess, career paths, whatever goals that you do have, realize that you haven't gotten to where you are by chance. You have done the work, and we need to trust ourselves and back ourselves in what we've done. No one can actually take that away from you. No one can actually take those beliefs from you. And it's also important to realize that any criticism, especially constructive and feedback, is all about learning and developing yourself. And sometimes it's not personal, you know, it's not a personal attack on you. It's literally just ways to kind of make yourself better. In auditing, it would be to document better, look at this, consider that, and that's okay. Feedback is something that you can use, but you also take it with a pinch of salt sometimes. I also learned here, and this is something that I also kind of want to share, is sometimes in corporate you just need a thick skin, you know. That's what I've learned. I don't have a thick skin. If you send me a message and it just ends in like a full stop, I'll feel like there's a tone, but there's probably no tone, you know. So we definitely, or I also just need to learn to, you know, to just toughen up a little bit more, take things with a pinch of salt, and also just realize who I am and not let the self-doubt control the way I think and let that stress me to unnecessary levels. I think that's definitely the main lesson for me. But yeah, that is all from me for now. This was just a chit chat. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you felt something similar. Again, purely just my experience and my challenge that I'm currently facing, but I'm hopeful in that I'll be able to get through it and things will change and things will come around. And I'm hoping that we can all learn just to back ourselves, not feel like we're a fraud, not feel like we get things by luck, but trust in the efforts that we've put into the things that we've achieved and the things that we want to achieve. And by virtue of the fact that you've achieved certain things, that's kind of your foundation. No one is looking at you thinking, oh no, you're so bad. Most of the time people are just thinking about themselves. So honestly, we need to just try our best at all times and also acknowledge ourselves. I think that's also something that's important. Just to acknowledge yourself and for how far you've actually come. But let me know what you guys think, and like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys in my next video. Bye.